Hello viewers, welcome to yet another episode of Chords of Gears. So the car that I have with me today and the car that I am going to talk about has somewhat gained a cult classic status in our country. It was launched in 2010 and was discontinued in 2022. So in those 12 years, it has many iterations, it has many models launched, many different versions launched. But one thing remained constant was the looks. It never changed the look because it didn't need to. It was new in 2010 and it's new still today. The car that I'm talking about is none other than Volkswagen Polo. Yes, this is the car. Now, what do I even say about this car? This car is very special to me also because this is my car. I have owned it since 2012. It's been around 14 years now. And owning this car has been an experience in itself. Nowhere at any point of time I regretted buying this car. And that is saying a lot, because this makes you want to drive. The car, the Polo, is like something that even today, if I want to sell it, it will sell like a hotcake. It's still in demand even after being discontinued. I have made very minor changes in the car. The car is completely stock, no engine modification, none at all. It's completely stock engine. But I have made some minor subtle changes on the outside. Like I have blackened the wheels. The wheels were silver. I have blackened it. And the rear view mirror. The rear view mirror was the body color, but I got it black. And the roof. I got the roof blackened also. These are the only exterior changes that I have made to the car. It was a long time back. I guess I made the change in 2018 or something. The stock car was also pretty good, but I just wanted I wanted my car to stand out a bit. So that's why I guess I made the changes. And this grill, don't go on this GTI. It's not a GTI version. Just the grill, the GTI grill. I got it installed. I don't know why I did that, but just to have fun. So yeah, on the outside it's pretty stock. The headlights I have got changed. Sorry, the headlights were halogen. It was very poor visibility for me, especially. Again, it's a choice. It depends on person to person. So I got LED lights installed. I fiddled with projector headlight also with HID bi-xenon, but I didn't like it, to be honest. Maybe because where I got it installed, they might have not installed it properly. So that even with projector, the throw was not good, and I was not happy. So then I got rid of the projector and just installed a LED bulb. That's it. And the fog light is also LED. So these are the changes that I have made to the car in all these 14 years that I have owned it. So these are very minute changes. Rest, I'm happy how it looks, how it obviously drives. Nothing to complain about in 14 years. I'm pressing myself very hard to find, shortcomings of the car. Honestly, I can't. It's just perfect. For that price range, small car in India at that time, even today, there is no comparison to it. It's best in this segment. Now, talking about the interior of the Polo, the interior is pretty simple, pretty neat, pretty functional, if I can say so. It didn't have a lot of gimmicks, or it was not very, didn't have a lot of features, as you say, like today's car. But it had everything that it needed to be, that a driver uses. In usability wise, it was pretty good. So it has all the basic functions here, the buttons for AC, and in 2012 it didn't have climate control, so it was manual AC. and the gear lever is pretty standard. Brakes, everything works fine till today. The only thing that happened was this, the parking, the seat belt socket, it broke. That is a small thing to break in 14 years. So that was it. It didn't have any problem. The only time I went to the service center besides servicing in all these 14 years, one time my ABS sensor dysfunction started. There was an anomaly. It was not working properly. So that was the only time that I went to service center for not servicing, apart from servicing. Otherwise, in all these 14 years, the only time I have been to the service center is for regular servicing. It had never given me any trouble, never broke down, never, nothing happened, no clutter, nothing. So it's a pretty reliable car according to me, as far as I am concerned, and drives like crazy too. So, and this I got changed, the infotainment system, because after some point, you know, it didn't have any Bluetooth or anything in 2012. So after some point I needed Bluetooth. I started feeling that it was missing. Hey, you can't have anything, everything in a 14-year-old car. So I got this infotainment system change. It's also a very basic basoholic infotainment system. It has every Bluetooth and all. It's an Android system. So this is the thing that I needed to change. And the headlights that I told you earlier, because the headlight also didn't have a very good throw. Night driving was a bit cumbersome with no lights on the highways in India. You need good light in your car, so that's why I got that change. So yeah, these are the things that I have changed. Nothing else, pretty much small modifications. I have my Shivji and Ganeshji here and an miniature Aventador here. So that's pretty much it. It's the basic car. Now a lot of people say that German cars are difficult to maintain, that they are very pricey to maintain, to say so. But yeah, that might be true, but if you drive a German car the way it's meant to be driven, I don't think it's going to give you a lot of trouble, because in my experience in 14 years that I have owned this car, as I told you, I've never, the only reason I went to service center was for servicing. It never broke down, never anything happened, nothing happened. Only one time the ABS sensor stopped functioning, like I told you. So if you drive it the way it's meant to be driven, if you take care of the car, it will take care of you. So I don't think German cars are difficult to maintain, not at all, not according to my experience. I don't know, people have different experiences, but yeah, that's my thinking. They are pretty much good to maintain. They are like, just they are like, you take care of me and take care of you. That's it. The build quality of the car, so everyone knows. Germans, you can't beat the build quality of German cars. So nothing much to talk about per se. But yeah, you can see the build quality of the car is pretty solid. This, everything feels just right, just solid. Even the sound that the door makes, solid thud sound. It gives you a confidence that this is a well built car. No panel gaps anywhere, not more than it needs to be. And the paint, I have never done anything to the paint, no touch ups, nothing. And the paint still shines like the day it was the new car, like it shined when it was new. But still it's like that. So kudos to the paint job done by Germans. Amazing, hats off. So as you see how happy I am with the car, no complaints, just perfect. Could not have asked for a better car in this price range. Oh, on the back seat of the Polo, not much to talk about in the back seat, because it's famous for not being very spacious in the back seat. But since I am not very tall, it was not a problem for me. For me, it has ample headroom and legroom also. But I have never been to the back seat of my Polo. I have never sat in the back seat. I have always been on the driver's seat. So, but my family also didn't have a lot of problem in the back seat. I've been to long drives with family. It was decently comfortable, not very comfortable. You can't expect everything from a car this size. But yeah, all in all, it's a good place to be. It's airy, does not make you feel claustrophobic. So that is a good point. Has a good window. The window pane goes up to here only. It doesn't go all the way down, the window glass, because of the, the it has bars in the doors, so it's very sturdy built. So that's why it doesn't go all the way down. It has some bars here in the down, so windows go all the way, goes up to here only. That's a good thing, not nothing to complain about. So yeah, the back side of the Polo is pretty okay, not very good, not bad, according to me at least. Now where the Polo really comes alive is this twisty windy roads. This is the playground for Polo. You show it a corner and it will dive like nothing. See, I'm doing this in a 12-year-old car, actually 14-year-old car, mind you. See this, the way it just goes around the corner, just bends like nothing. I love this. Like Captain America says, I can do this all day. It can also do this all day long. Just dart it and it goes. This is amazing. Both the Polo and me can do this all day. It puts a smile on your face. This little Polo. Oh my God. What can't describe it. A car, 14-year-old doing this in a car that is 14-year-old is just amazing. And nowhere it will make you feel underpowered or anything. In spite of being 74 bhp, it doesn't feel underpowered at all. Wow, this is the hunting ground for Polo. Just darts along. This makes you happy. And here comes the Scorpio. We'll just climb and climb and climb. I have been to Darjeeling with this car and it was an amazing experience. The Polo saw many versions of it. I think this is the car with most versions that were launched in India. Like there was this experimental version of 1.6 liter that had the Vento engine in it. It was one hell of a car, one hell of an engine, but it didn't sell that much because it was expensive at that time. For a small car like that, I think Indian customer were not ready for it. Then there was 1 liter TSI that sold, and that was again an amazing car. The TSI engine was just like something else. You press the accelerator and it just launches. Used to launch itself. It was one hell of an engine, one hell of a car that sold good in good quantity, I guess. The one thing that I really want to talk about the Polo is how it looks, how it has looked over the year. Because back when it was launched in 2010 and still when it was discontinued in 2022, Volkswagen didn't change the looks a bit. They just fiddled with some headlight and tail light design, that's it. But and that's because Volkswagen didn't need to do anything. It looked so clean and matured when it was launched, and it looks clean and mature today in 2026, even after being discontinued for 4 years. It doesn't look old. It's like how do I explain this? It's like take example of Mr. Anupam Kher, the amazing actor that he is. So Mr. Anupam Kher debuted with a movie named Saransh in 1984. He was 28 years old then. But in the movie, he played the character of a 60-plus-year-old retired teacher. And he played that role so convincingly that we believed that this person playing the role is actually 60 plus years old, when in fact he was just 28. Because he played that character with so much gravity. And today, in 2026, he is 70 plus years old. So, if you see it in this way, that Mr. Anupam Kher, since 1984 to 2026, he hasn't aged a bit in our eyes, especially those who have seen him from those days. He was an elderly person back then, and he is an elderly person now. So he hasn't aged a bit. Much like Polo. There, the Volkswagen has done the same thing with the Polo. Back when it launched in 2010, Volkswagen didn't go with the current trend. They didn't bother what the car in that time were looking like. They knew what they had to make the car look like, how a car should look like. And that's what worked for Volkswagen and Polo. And for any Volkswagen car for that matter, if you see any Volkswagen car, every Volkswagen car looks very, mature. They don't age. They age well. They age like fine wine. They don't need to change much about the looks. Like Swift and i20 that launched with Polo, they went through a lot of modifications, a lot of changes in their looks over the year because they went according to the trend. So the trend changes and they had to change the look of the car also according to the trend. But Volkswagen didn't do that. And that is a pretty remarkable thing to achieve as far as automobiles are concerned, the cars are concerned. Nowadays, the modern cars changing their looks every 2 years, that is not an easy feat to achieve. And Volkswagen did that. The Polo did that. So that needs a special mention. That in itself is a feat. Well done, Polo and Volkswagen. Once I was driving along a branch road in my hometown. I remember this incident, talking about the handling of the car. So it was like this road only. It was a one-lane road, and I was driving along. It was fairly empty road, so I must be around 80 or 90 or something. Suddenly I saw a tractor coming against me in that lane, and it was very far, around 100 meters. I saw the tractor. But the driver, it was being driven by a 16-year-old kid. He was a kid, as you could assume that how the traffic laws or everything are in India, saying that. And it was a remote place, so everything goes. So it was driven by a 16-year-old kid, that I came to know later. And when the distance of the tractor and me, the distance between the tractor and me must be around not more than 30 meters, he suddenly swerved in my lane, and I was going around 80-90 speed, and he suddenly came into my lane. I saw the tire turn and I jammed the brake. I did panic braking simply, and I steered the car, and I steered and then parked right after crossing the tractor. And the loading bay of the tractor just crossed me like this. I could see it in slow motion. I could see it crossing me like this. And I braked, steered and parked. It all happened within seconds. The point being, and it didn't, this car didn't budge. Nowhere I felt that I was losing control of the car. The ABS kicked in, the steering was to the point. What I'm trying to say is, had I been driving any other car that, crumbled under that kind of pressure, or had I not been in a car that could sit or steer under severe braking, I would not be here making this video. So as far as I'm concerned, this little Polo is an okay car.